So now we come to number 11 in our series on the Great Controversy. This one's entitled The Impending Conflict. And that's not to scare us, but to remind us of what the future does hold. You remember that Jesus spent quite a bit of time sharing with his disciples what was going to be happening in the future to prepare them for his death, his resurrection, and his departure, and beyond that, even until the second coming. So this impending conflict, as I say, isn't bad news. It's just a prelude to the conclusion of the Great Controversy. That's what we're looking forward to. We're given a lot of material in Revelation. We have Revelation 14 again, Revelation 4, Revelation 13, Revelation 12, Revelation 13, and finally John 17. So please look at that and try and think about what this all means. I want to step behind that and look at really the issues, the causes, not to get so concerned with the beast that comes from the sea or the beast that comes from the land, but to say this is symbolic of what the devil has been trying to do. Yes, an end is coming. There's a couple of quotes there from Billy Graham. I believe that this world as we know it will come to an end. This is not fanciful imagination, but the clear and repeated testimony of the Bible. Very well said. And he also says this: the Bible tells us that the state of the world will grow darker as we near the end of the age. And certainly we see that in our world today with all the wars and fighting, the famines, the earthquakes, all these things show us that truly the end is approaching. So we need to think about what is behind all this, behind the beasts, behind these images, the great dragon and so on. It's the devil trying to, I was going to say win the war. He's already lost, but now he wants to take as many people down with him as possible. Jesus, when he came and lived and died here among us, showed the lies of the devil, and the whole universe can see exactly that. Now he just wants to destroy. And there's some interesting comments there from Ellen White in the notes for this time. The aim of the great rebel has ever been to justify himself and to prove the divine government responsible for the rebellion. It's all God's fault, is what he's saying. It wasn't me. It was the way that God operated that caused all this trouble. This is the mess we're in. It's all God's fault. To this end, he has bent all the power of his giant intellect. He has worked deliberately and systematically and with marvelous success, leading vast multitudes to accept his version of the great controversy, which has been so long in progress. Do you see what she's saying there? His version of the great controversy. Sometimes we think, as soon as we say great controversy, we have it all cleared up. Everything is clarified. There isn't any more doubt. No, the devil has his version of the great controversy, and he is trying to make it out as if God is the problem, not him. So we need to think about that and to try and understand what really is going on as the end approaches. I put some questions in the notes for this time. Maybe these will be very helpful to be a base for discussion as you talk about this, as you discuss in Sabbath school what this impending conflict is all about. How do we envisage the coming conflict? What would it be like? What is the final conflict over? How is it resolved? How does the devil appear in this end-time scenario? Is this end-time conflict between secularism and religion, or between different understandings of religion? And I think that is where we do see it going. It's not so much a conflict between the secular and the materialistic world in which we live today, but between religious principles which are very much opposed to one another. And finally, what is our role in this conflict, and how do we prepare for it? That's the question I would like to leave with you today.